let's have a little browse of the wares on offer from the Kolkata Knight Riders. Now, this squad after the auction, I had a lot of thoughts. But my main thought was, ooh, that's a good bowling side. But then, problems. Firstly, no Mustafiza. The Fizz is one of my favourite bowlers from the past however many years in the IPL. But no Fizz. Let's get rid of him. They've replaced him, though, with Blessing Musrabani from Zimbabwe. And he's a good bowler. He's about 11 feet tall. He swings the new ball a lot. So maybe, if anything, he's a bit more complementary to Patirana, being more of a power play bowler than maybe the Fizz was. That's one bowler with a good replacement. That's it, isn't it? Harshit Rana's out for the season. Okay, well that's a problem. Because he was definitely going to be in the starting 12 as well as the Fizz. But no Harshit Rana. They've replaced him in the squad with Navdeep Saini, who's been around for a few years, maybe hasn't played as much as he'd have hoped, but he's not the same quality as Harshit Rana. Anyway, that's enough though. That's 2 frontline bowlers out of the tournament. But, you know, that's the end of the problems, right? Wrong. Akashdeep's out for the whole tournament as well. Oh, and they've replaced him with Sarab Dubé. Anyway, let's have a look, shall we, at a possible lineup KKR could go in with. Because KKR have undergone a transformation. There's no more Dre Russ. He's now the power coach or something? And they also released all of their wicket keepers going into the auction. So, what does this new look KKR side look like? Let's start with some no-brainers. Let's start with Varun Chakravarti and his partner in crime, Sunil Narine. Now, I think you get the best out of Sunil Narine's batting if you open with him. So in this side, I'm just going to nudge him up to the top because I like fun in my life. And fun is what you get when you open the batting with Sunil Narine. I have read that Abhishek Nair gave an interview where he said that Narine might not be opening. But this is what I want to happen. So that's what I'm putting in my video. Okay? So, the next question is, who opens alongside Sunil Narine? There's a few options because, I mean, if you look at this squad, KKR have a lot of openers or opener-adjacent batters. Going on current form, I think you've got to go with Finn Allen, haven't you? Also, if Sunil Narine opening is fun, Finn Allen opening with him, oh boy. Next, and he might not get in this side if he wasn't the captain, but he is the captain. So, Ajinkya Rahane is going to come in at 3. Rahane just makes no sense further down the order. He has to come in the top 3, in my opinion. So we're going to put him in at 3. Next, let's skip a few. Let's put in some locks in this side. Let's put Rinku Singh and Ramandeep Singh in that lower order. I think this batting lineup looks all right. One thing to bear in mind, though, which I think a lot of people get wrong, when they think about Sunil Narine as an opener, what you should do is forget he exists. Don't have him as number 1. I know I've put him as number 1, but don't think of him as number 1. Think of him as number 0 and think of everyone else as batting 1 spot higher. Because with Narine, he is very likely to lose his wicket very early. If he doesn't, then upside galore. But he may well lose his wicket in the first couple of overs. So I think, don't think of him as an opener. Think of him as like a free hit at the top of the order. So then, Rinku Singh, maybe you think of him more as a number 5. Ramandeep as more of a 6. Maybe that's a bit high for Ramandeep. We'll talk about it. And then Rahane at 3 makes a bit more sense because he's going to face more of the power play than he would coming in at 3 with 2 more stable openers ahead of him. Anyway, let's put in a bowler. Let's put in Vaibhav Arora. And let's put next to him Matisha Patirana. We'll talk about it. I think that's not a bad pace lineup. Now, with Harshit Rana, with Akashdeep, and with the Fizz all missing, I think you then, because you need another pace bowler, I think you then have to put in Kartik Tyagi. Now, they've also got options in Umran Malik and Navdeep Saini, but I think Kartik Tyagi will probably get the nod ahead of those two. Although, don't rule out those two getting a few games throughout the tournament. Next, we need a number 8. We need someone that's going to give us a few overs, because in theory, Chakravarti, Patirana, Vaibhav, Tyagi and Sunil Narine, that's 5 bowlers. So we don't need someone to give us 4 overs, but we want someone that will give us a couple of overs, conditions dependent and depending on the form of the other bowlers. So I want Anakul Roy in this side. Handy spin, can offer a bit with the bat, and one of the best fielders going around. I think number 8 fits Anakul Roy. Next, we need to have a chat about wicket keepers. In theory, Finn Allen can keep wicket, but he's a lot better with the bat when he doesn't. So I don't want him to keep wickets. Now, I don't want to use up another overseas spot with Tim Seifert. Also, where does Tim Seifert bat? If I want to open with Narine and we have to have Rahane at 3, I don't really think Seifert's at his best coming in at 4. So I'm going to go with Ankrish Raghuvanshi in at 4. I think he's been quite underrated the past couple of years for KKR. He's proven he can be quite a mature and also powerful batter. He can also keep wickets, and from what I hear, he's been doing a lot of wicket-keeping drills in KKR training recently. So I think Raghuvanshi is going to come in at 4, or 3 if Narine doesn't open, and I think he's going to take the gloves. That leaves us with 1 spot left, and it looks like a 25 crore shaped hole. Now, I don't know why KKR spent that much money on Cameron Green, and I just don't think he makes sense in this side. So I'm going to do something absolutely bonkers. I'm going to leave Cam Green out of this side. I'm going to put Rachin Ravindra in instead. I think he's more suited to that middle overs aggressor role. I think, and this might sound crazy, I think his bowling's more useful than Green's anyway. So that's my side. But there's one little problem, and that's that Patirana isn't available for the start of this tournament. So therefore, I just think he swaps out and Blessing Mizrabani comes in. Now, there's a couple of alternatives to this 11 that I want to just put to you. The first is, can we get Patirana and Blessing in the same lineup when Patirana's fit to play again? You'd probably take out one of Finn Allen or Rachin Ravindra to fit in Muzarabani overseas players wise, and then you'd replace Kartik Tyagi with one of the batters you've got left, Rao Tripathi, maybe Manish Pandey, to fill in at the top of the order. Maybe in this lineup, there's an argument that the batting could be a bit deeper. If we go by my rule of ignoring Sunil Narine from this batting order, that means Rinku's at 5, Ramandeep at 6, and Anakul Roy at 7. And that feels a little bit risky. Now, there is a bit of overlap bowling-wise between Rachin Ravindra and Anakul Roy, so perhaps to alleviate the batting issues, you could replace Anakul Roy, maybe, with a Tejasvi Dahia. He's a hard-hitting middle-order batter, also keeps wickets by the way, that maybe could slot into this side. You could put him in between Rinku and Ramandeep to let Ramandeep come in that later entry point to just smash pace at the back end like he did so well last year. What do you think of this KKR side? Do you think Sunil Narine should open? Do you think Cam Green should actually be in this side? Let me know in the comments what your KKR 12 is. And also, like this video. Subscribe to the channel as well, because throughout the IPL, we'll be here doing all sorts of stuff, and you don't want to miss it. See you later.